Hey folks, thanks for watching today. Just wanted to maybe give a address to a little question that I get all the time when it comes to spinnerbaits is how long does it take to make a spinnerbait? You know, well, that's not really an easy question to answer. It is and it isn't. It's kind of a complex question. This is how these baits start out. You can see that there's just a bare wire and a bare hook. That's what they start out as. And when I get asked the question, how long does it take to make one bait? Well, if I have to pour baits, which I'm actually fixing to do here pretty shortly, I don't pour just one bait. So if I don't have a color that you want, say you want a red bait, which is what I'm in the process of making now. I've got to get a bunch of red ones made. If you want one red one and I don't have them, I'm going to pour 100. I don't pour just one bait, so I'll pour at a minimum 100 baits. And excuse me, folks, sorry I got to step away there. But after I pour them, that lead melts at around close to 500 degrees. So after I pour them, this is what they would look like when they get poured. So you got that big pour spout right here, and that has to be cut off. And these baits here that are, you can't see them, but after I cut that off, that's what's left. And they're not really smooth. There's a little edge right through the middle here on both sides where the two halves of the mold join. And that has to be filed down, and where that pour spout was needs to be cut off. So it's got to be filed down a little bit. Just to make it, gives it a better appearance. And so, from the time I pour them, they've got to set overnight. It's, like I say, lead melts around 500 degrees, give or take a little bit. And so I'll let them cool overnight until I can cut the pour spouts off. And then I'll start filing on them, getting them smoothed down. So that's at least another day. So that now we're up to 2 days already. So once I don't have any that are unpainted right now, but once I get all 100 of them filed down, which I have these that I'm starting to paint right now, these I've had to go to a primer, epoxy primer on these, and the epoxy primer is just like the epoxy paint. It takes, once I mix it and paint them, which they're all painted by hand, I don't spray anything, I don't dip anything, but each coat of epoxy takes 24 hours before I can handle it again and put the next coat of whatever on it. In this case, this is just one single coat of primer on it. I may or may not put another coat of primer on there. But from there, that's, like I say, that's one coat. I won't be able to do anything with that one till tomorrow. But after that, say you want to get to this, which is, that's what they look like before they're made. So to get to there, that's got one coat of epoxy primer. It's got at least 2 coats of white epoxy paint. So that's 2 days for each of those coats. And then the red eye on there, which is also done by hand. That's another day. So that's four days. And then you put in the black eye. Now you're up to 5 days. And that's just to make a white bait. Now if I want to go and make, say, red baits, orange, blue, chartreuse. Chartreuse is the longest. But red, blue, orange, that you'll add an extra day, because once you get the white base coat on there, then you got to paint the other color on it. The base color, black or red or orange, whatever the case may be. Allow all that to dry before you can get the eyes put on them. So, that's about 6 days worth of painting. And in the case of chartreuse, because I can't find chartreuse in epoxy, I have to use a different paint. Well, it's not as durable. So to help try to increase the durability of the chartreuse ones, I have to put an epoxy clear coat over that. So that's actually 7 days for me to get the chartreuse baits painted up. Now, when people ask me that, like I say, I don't know, they never clear if they want to know from start to finish. Like I say, 7 days if I have to paint them. But if you're talking about to go from this to this, then, the process of making one bait that's already been painted and dried, I can actually throw that together in 5-6 minutes, because, and that the whole problem there, the longest part of that, and it's going to be super hard to see, I'm sure. I can't even get a hold of it, but that little bitty piece right there is the swivels that we use from Sampo. Great swivels, great folks there. We've used Sampo swivels for, that I can remember 40 years. But I have to put the split rings on the swivels, and so that does slow things down just a little bit. I'm in the process of switching that over. I'm going to order them already put together and completed, so all I got to do is throw the blade on them and then put them on the bait. But generally, like I say, just a roundabout figure, you're looking at 7 days roughly to get 100 baits painted. And then if you want to order one bait, it take me about 5 minutes. If you want to order, I've got an order I'm working on right now. I've got, I think it's 4 or 5 dozen. In a few hours I can do it. I have to work it around with my regular work schedule at the mine, but it's not no big deal. Doesn't, if you want to order 1 or 2 baits, give me a shout, and if you're in the neighborhood, stop by and throw them together while you wait. Take about 10 minutes. Hope y'all have a great day. Thank you for watching. Hit that like and subscribe button. I'd really appreciate it. Thanks.